For an assessment, I think the biggest thing I do is before I go in, try and get as much history on that person through what we call net care. So I can see what their medication is, I can see whether they've been to emergency, what they've been to emergency for. I can also see if they've had any surgeries in the past, read what the physician has written, and then go in and just talk. Just a matter of talking can get me a lot of information. I also have the idea of viewing them, seeing if their feet are swollen, seeing if they have difficulty, because usually they come to the door to get me and then go back. Do they have difficulty walking? Then I view their medication to see if they're taking them correctly, if there's any shortcomings within their medication. I look to see, I will take their blood pressure if I need to take the blood pressure. Ideally, the rest of it is by talking and assessing from head to toe just how they look, how they walk, how they appear.
They've been nothing but, they're knowledgeable, they're compassionate, they're caring, they're just everything, all rolled into one little bundle. And they came along and they just said, it's all going to be okay. We'll just do this, this, this. And they talked to Max on their own over at the table and asked him, they suppose they have a set of questions, and determined just if he's kind of going to fit in with this program or what they can do to ease the burden here for me. And they just took over and did it all. But they're not just looking after him, they're looking after me too, by making sure that I've got the information on seniors programs going and things like this. And even now when Max is in the program, they've carried on to make sure now that I'm going to look at proper housing and showing me where the lodges are in this particular area, because I'd like to stay in this area.
Even with the problems they've had in their lives, whether it has to do with family, with friends, and to see how they got to the point where they are at now. It's really interesting to see someone who's smoked for 60 years or 50 years, and then you'll look at the health and say, okay, these are connected. But they've got a great story, and I love their story.
Because it's a very difficult time to be putting your loved one in a nursing home and knowing he's not coming home. And it's been very, very hard, but they've just helped me with it so that she's got all my info that I need and gave me all the information and things I needed to know.
We talk about if anything goes wrong, who's going to speak for them? How are they going to be able to be taken care of? Then I will contact Brendan and he will go in and do the power of attorney and the personal directive, as long as they're cognitively aware enough to be able to do it. Then I look at their nutrition and I see that there may be some shortcomings in their nutrition. Then I speak to a dietitian and say, is there something we can do here? Would it be okay if they came to see you at the clinic, or can we do a home visit? And just talk to them about what would be better for them.
They come to your house and they follow up and make sure that Max is safe and that I'm safe, and they've got him in a safe place, and you know everything's working fine. And the system, it's different departments, but they all come together and they're just all working just like this. It just goes as slick as you ever believe.
Sometimes they just need someone to talk to. And so whether it's looking at mental health for them, or they're getting over depression and looking at putting them into the program called Changeways here at the PCN, which assists them in gives them some things to work with and work on to make goals in their life, to make things less depressing for them and work at coming out of a depression.
Even when I go to my doctor's office, it's still all part of the team. They always come up with the answers. There's always someone in that office that knows the answers.
We're the eyes and ears at the patient's home. Physicians don't have time to do that. It's a different piece of what this individual is. They see them at the clinic for 10 or 15 minutes, and amazingly enough, they look fantastic lots of times when they may go in. But we get to see them in their home, what is day to day, and I think that helps the physician. It gives them an idea, and we do the follow-up as well, so it gives them the idea how they're actually functioning at home. And if they aren't seeing what we're seeing, then they have a chance to review that and see what changes we can be making.
They don't come in here and do all huggy-wuggy and that. They come in here with a lot of compassion. They make the plan with you. They don't make the plan for you. They ask you, what do you want to do?
Every day I go home after a day of work, and I just feel so blessed that I am here working at the Primary Care Network. I just am so blessed. I love my job.